It's true. Definitely would hope. Let's see if Eric keeps a hand that's friendly, knowing what Reuben's game plan is.
Being
Reuben,
on the play is so big in this matchup.
Yeah, so we have a lightning bolt here that'll dispatch the Delver immediately.
So this is just good old-fashioned magic. I play a creature, I bolt your creature.
Yeah, and it looks like he has Simian Spirit Guide in hand. Is that an Imperial Recruiter? I don't know.
We got another creature. That's a Goblin Welder.
Okay, Welder. Is there a card beside the...
This is Blood Moon coming down.
Yes. Okay, so Blood Moon's in play.
Oh, wait, is it? It is not.
Not.
Days.
That's the days that we spoke
Simian Spirit Guide. Wow.
Getcha.
That was...
You know what's funny about
big.
this, though? The Blood Moon actually helps Reuben even more because the Ancient Tomb, he can't afford to take shocks from that every turn. Especially against such an explosive Grixis deck like this.
It's interesting. So Reuben has the Welder, which can block Dark Confidant. Now, Dark Confidant's a little bit of a double-edged sword here because all those extra cards he's drawing are not worth very much with Blood Moon in play.
Right,
he can't cast almost any of the cards in his deck.
Well, yeah, like you said, he's going to have to go the Young Pyromancer route. Blood Moon is just super good against this deck. And is this a Young Pyromancer? It looks like it is.
He does have Young Pyromancer.
And does he have a Probe? He does. So all of a sudden we're seeing some interaction here. That's a good one. So if Reuben draws...
Painter's Servant.
Painter's Servant's going to be real bad. And even if Eric does have a Bolt for the Painter's Servant, Reuben has the ability to use Goblin Welder, activate Grindstone, in response, Painter's Servant.
Sick.
Pretty fun play there. So
yeah, weld the Grindstone out and bring the Servant in.
Yeah, so he has ways to get around just a simple Lightning Bolt. Reuben pretty much just needs to watch his life total, and obviously needs to draw his combo piece. Otherwise, he won't be able to do it.
Now, the Young Pyromancer is quite good here, but as a reminder, most of the spells in Eric Rill's deck are not legal to be cast.
Right.
So it's not like he's going to generate nearly as many tokens as he did against Ben Perry.
So he draws Simian Spirit Guide, he will cast it, play the 2/2. 2/2 outclassing Young Pyromancer. I think if you're Eric, do you want to run your Dark Confidant into that? I think
so, for sure.
Yeah, you want to get rid of that right now. It's good enough.
Not that Reuben is necessarily going to block. I mean, the Simian Spirit Guide also holds the token back.
That's true. So he's
now, if you play the Goblin Welder, if you just take the Dark Confidant hit this turn, you can actually play Goblin Welder next turn, and now you have him locked out. Oh, another token.
Yeah, so tokens are coming. Blue cards are fine as long as they're free here.
Yeah, it's interesting. We may actually even end up seeing a spot where Eric Force of Wills his own spell just to make a 1/1 token.
Yeah. It could be a possibility. Probably be better on Reuben's cards, the combo kill, but you never know if he gets them low enough in life.
Yep.
Alright, so Eric tanking. Can't cast anything besides a second Pyromancer. Did he have that already?
No, I think he just drew it off.
I would hope so, because otherwise he missed out on a little bit of value there. A little bit of value town. Oh, now he's going to send it in.
Yeah.
He blocked the Pyromancer here, right?
Yeah, he blocks the Dark Confidant.
Interesting. I think I bought the Pyromancer. I guess it draws cards. They're very similar at this point because you get to draw 2 cards deep to get a token. With 2 Pyromancers, you only get 1 card, but now it does double token duty. So.
Yeah, I guess.
Ooh, another.
Wow, establishing control.
Okay, so now Eric is purely top decking now because we know for a fact that none of his cards do anything in his hand.
Yeah, they continue to not do anything. He just drew a Wasteland, which also does nothing. Do you just swing with everybody? If you swing with everybody, you're going to lose both your Pyromancers.
Yeah, you do.
But then you have 2 points of damage. You have 2 a turn. That's a 7 turn. At least it's a 6-turn clock after this.
I don't think you do.
Well, you can't send. Well, no, because the Simian Spirit Guy could eat 1, and the Welder block Pyromancer. Yeah, that would be really bad. So maybe you just send the 2 Pyromancers. You can't not attack.
Right, I don't know.
There's no not attacking. You have to.
Maybe he hopes to draw a Bolt.
You have to do some attacking. There's no not attacking.
I think he's going to go with what you're saying.
Yeah, he attacks with everything.
Oh, no, you definitely just block Welder on Young Pyromancer, Simian Spirit Guide on the other.
No, yeah, he decides to block both Pyromancers rather than eating the token for free.
That's going to be rough now because now, like you said, he's going to have a clock out there that's permanent.
A 6-turn clock. Yeah, I think if you would have kept the Simian Spirit Guide, let Eric have 1 Pyromancer.
Oh, we're going to start milling him the old-fashioned way, huh?
I think Reuben loses this race, but it's not totally clear.
No.
There's also obviously a ton of cards Reuben could draw that just win the game outright.
Right, yeah. I mean, Eric's draws are abysmal.
Well, no, is that a Bolt? Did he draw a Lightning Bolt that speeds it?
I don't think so. Did he?
I'm not sure.
I think he drew another Wasteland he just played.
No, he drew a Bolt.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that secretly speeds the clock up by a turn.
Good.
God, I would have loved to have blocked that token there.
Yeah, you would have.
Oh, and there's another Pyromancer. Reuben needs to draw something
I
fast.
think he has one turn.
Mountain. Uh-oh. So this is going to be bolt on the end step, attack for 6. That's game.
Yeah.
And we see the power. Sometimes you just fight through Blood Moon.
Sometimes it takes
You don't have to
3 of
play-
your 4 Pyromancers.
You don't have to play. You don't have to play basics. You just have to play red cards.
Yeah.
All right. Reuben
Man,
packing it in.
so
They're going to go to
close.
game 2. Had the quick Blood Moon, but Eric, with red mana instead of green, not dead to a Blood Moon, particularly when you draw that many Lightning Bolts and Young Pyromancers. And
Eric-
Gitaxian Probes,
yeah.
for that matter. He drew a lot of cards he
He
could play.
drew a lot. If you look at his list here, he only has 4 Young Pyromancers. He drew 3 of them. He drew 2 Lightning Bolts out of the 4. So the rest
Out of the 3. He only has 3.
3. Oh, so the rest of his cards are just dead, do nothing.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm sorry. It's Reuben who only has 3 Lightning Bolts.
Okay, so yeah, the other player has 4. Eric Rill has 4.
Yeah, Eric Rill has
All right, so back to the booth for some trivia. Do you have a trivia question that you can think of?
No, I got one in the tank already.
Oh, good. Let's go ahead and shoot it here. Let's do it.
All right. So
It's all junk here. Go ahead.
So we were talking earlier about this about yesterday actually, and you might not know this if you only tuned in today, but with a little bit of research, you can probably come up with the right answer. Yesterday, how many different decks were in the top 8? How many different decks were in the top 8? And it's important to note, yesterday's event was standard, and we saw the conclusion of it this morning. But yesterday's event was standard and was notable because all of the decks were different. So how many different decks were in the top 8 of this very diverse standard tournament that ended with all different decks in the top 8? If you know the answer, tweet at us at SCG Live, hashtag SCG Premium, and win a year of premium.
You know, if we just give them the fish, they'll never learn how to fish.
Look,
you know?
what I'm saying is that it's not self-evident, and this one doesn't even involve anything about next level deck building.
Oh, okay.
And if you want, you can actually include next level deck building in your tweet for no added value, but just for the love,
Yeah, okay.
or not, whatever you want.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
So, great question. Come back at us so you can get that 1 year premium so you have plenty of reading material. Never run out, right?
Absolutely. And actually, if you want to have a little bit of extra fun, you can also include at 5 with Flores. If you
tag him
include,
too.
if you loop him in, you don't need to get the question right.
Yeah.
But we're definitely not going to penalize you if you do.
Oh, yeah,
Loop
great.
in 5 with Flores
with
and let
Flores.
him
Please
know.
do.
Let him know. You know.
Do you know, fun fact, I was once a premium writer for Star City Games. Then they realized I really haven't won anything, so now I'm free.
You came in second. You came in second at the Invitational.
I got 9th at Worlds once. That's kind of my stomping ground, I guess you could say. Do well at that tournament.
So, what do you think Reuben's going to bring in? I mean, are we going to see more Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast type stuff?
We're going to see one more, right? So we got one more on the board.
Any chance he brings in Ratchet Bomb just to sweep all those young Pyromancer tokens?
I think you do, right? Because not only does it kill,
No.
it also kills Flip Delver too, which is a problem. I think it's better than a few other cards. I think the
What about
Ratchet Bomb.
Ensnaring Bridge? You could lock him out. You have to keep your hand empty, but it's not hard. It's not like there's any cards that can be stuck in Reuben's hand.
He has to evaluate whether that last game was a fluke or the norm, how it normally goes out. If that's the norm, then he can obviously play around that. But the Ratchet Bomb I do like because I think it might be just strictly better than the Blast because not only do you get to clear tokens in multitude there, it works without the Painter Servant itself, and also if you have a Flip Delver and then Pyromancer tokens, you get to just do all kinds of wipe in there.
The nice thing, yeah, I mean, all that wiping is definitely good, but some of the Red Elemental Blast Pyroblast applications are just super good when you don't have Blood Moon in play, like being able to counter a Ponder or a Brainstorm or even killing a Delver or a Force of Will. Or
I don't think you cut down on those. I agree. You bring the 8th one in, but I think you also bring Ratchet Bomb. What's bad in this deck? I guess that's the easiest thing to do. We talked about it before. Chandra Pyromancer, pretty good here. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
pretty
very,
good here.
Very, very good in this matchup.
That's pretty good in this matchup. It kills.
He doesn't want Phyrexian Revoker, I don't think.
No. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Welder, kind of against the Bolt deck.
Yeah, don't love the Welder.
Spell Skite, pretty good. Probably keep that one.
I like the Spell Skite.
Jaya Ballard Task Mage. I kind of always want to board that every time I see it.
Yeah, but I actually think that one's not bad either.
Yeah.
That one you can actually lock him out.
Yeah. I mean, in that situation would have been a pretty good draw, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if I don't think you necessarily need to board in that many more Red Blasts. It's not like all the blue cards matter. I think you want some amount of them. But,
Yeah, definitely like we said, the Revoker, the Welder, maybe a top, maybe something small like that, shaving something off there.
You definitely want to bring in the other Magus of the Moon. That's for certain. I mean, even though obviously Eric can kill with Dismember or Lightning Bolt or Grim Lavamancer, it still warrants a slot. You know,
Right.
Puts in some work and blocks the young Pyromancer.
Should we call this deck Imperial Pain, or should we call it more like Blood Moon?
No, it's definitely an Imperial. It's if anything, it's an Imperial Blood Moon deck. But it's,
Imperial Blood
I think
Moon.
Imperial Painter is probably the right description. Usually these decks use Blood Moon, but Imperial Painter tells you exactly what kind of deck he's playing. Whereas Blood Moon, there's a lot of different Blood Moon decks.
Yeah.
And really, the deck is built around Imperial Recruiter and Imperial Recruiter getting Painter Servant.
Yeah, I do enjoy some Imperial Recruiter. Definitely some of those. Not many cards from that set actually came out to be big players in Legacy here, but
I always
pretty
liked
cool.
the white one, the 2 and a white for a 1/1 that you could sacrifice to put a legend from your graveyard into play.
Oh, Loyal Retainer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loyal Retainer is really nice, particularly with you can actually stack it so that when you put Emrakul in your graveyard from your Survival to Fittest, back when Survival was legal, you could in Loyal Retainer Emrakul straight into play.
That was a healthy Legacy format. You had 3 different survival decks that were pretty good. You had a control-ish survival deck. You had like a Vengevine aggro survival deck. You had a combo survival deck.
Yeah, it was nice. It was there's combo, control, aggro.
Yeah, you had everything.
Yeah, I mean, you can play any kind of Survival to Fittest deck you want.
All right, so we have.
Is Eric going to 6, or is he just still shuffling?
I don't
Daddy
know.
Long shuffle strikes again.
Eric definitely likes to efficiently randomize his deck. I think shuffling for 3 hours compared to 2 hours doesn't really do too much more.
As
but-
a note to the kids at home, you only legally have 5 minutes to handle all this business.
Yeah, I thought it was 3. I don't know. I thought it was 3. I think you have 3 to.
I think you have 5 including sideboarding and everything.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 even seems too long. Lord, come on now. Give a quick little shovel ski and pass it on by. Let's do it.
No. Better to be sufficiently randomized, but. And it may also just be that Eric is like a savant where he's shuffling, but he can't help but keep track of all the different places where all the different cards in his deck are.
I think that's more cheating than Savant. I don't think Eric's doing that. So.
Eric is not, but I definitely know a magician or two who used to play in the Pro Tour.
Oh,
All right, so
there have been
Reuben
plenty
is
of
up
those.
to his usual shenanigans. This is the same Beard mirror match we saw earlier today, where the Beard possessed by Eric Rill defeated the Beard possessed by Reuben Bresler.
So you're saying that the beards have something to do with their magic abilities?
I mean, they're on their face.
Yeah. Do they add any kind of like insight into the game? Do they make you look more professional, like you've been playing for a long time? But Reuben's probably like 22 or something. He looks very young.
Reuben has not been 22 for a long time.
Eric Rill probably around 22 though. Looks like a young chap.
That's weird.
Trying to
Grixis
defeat-
in the finals again. I don't see any Esper decks in the finals.
Well, that's because they've already won a few invitationals. They don't need to go in the finals of the Open.
That's your comeback. How'd you do in the Invitational?
Which one?
The last one.
Oh, okay. Well, how about the last 4 before that? Not too bad.
Did you lose in the last round all those?
No.
The last round you played?
I swam in my money though. I was doing
Did
this.
you
Doing some
lose in the
swan
last round
swim.
you
I was
played in
swimming
all
in the
4?
money.
Okay. All right. So it looks like Eric's keeping his hand.
All right.
Turn 1, Reuben cracks his Arid Mesa. What's he gonna go get?
Esper's better. So
I'm
we have a
guessing Basic Mountain.
Basic Mountain's pretty good here.
He gets Basic Mountain for a change. Now, why do you think he plays these? Does it just make his top a little bit better?
Um,
The answer is yes.
yeah.
So, do you think Reuben's going to lead out with a Grindstone?
How about the what's the percentage to thin out your deck to not draw land?
So what's interesting is he can, like, kind of, test the waters by leading with Magus of the Moon. Even if it gets bolted or dismembered, that's one less bolt or dismembered that could potentially kill the Painter's Servant that tries to set up the Grindstone kill.
Yes.
So Eric ponders. He's looking for any kind of meaningful interaction. He does have Daze, which I'm guessing. Oh yeah, he decides to keep it because he wants to be able to daze the Blood Moon or the Magus of the Moon next turn.
Right. Luckily, Reuben, I think, no, he doesn't have it, but he has access to Simian Spirit Guy, so Daze is not exactly a hard counter, even when you're tapped out against this deck. So what do you think? Do you play around Daze and just play the Painter Servant here?
I guess not. I almost wonder if, because the problem with this line is that if anything happens to this Magus of the Moon, now if you try to play any more land, you're going to lose your City of Traders.
Yeah.
And you're never going to be
Well,
able to
actually, next turn, Eric's dead. If he taps 2 from City of Traders, plays Ancient Tomb, plays Painter, and then activates Grindstone.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
That's also true.
Alright, so this could be it. Reuben's hand is all lands and a bolt in the Painter tournament, so I think you go for it this turn.
Oh, it's the other day, as I told you.
Oh, man.
So he plays a Delver. Now Reuben's going to go for it, but he's going to lose his City of Traders and get dazed. The problem is this is only a temporary 1-turn reprieve.
Right, yeah.
So he plays the Ancient Tomb, loses the City, he's going to play the Painter, and now we're going to see a daze just to stall for 1 mana.
Yeah.
Now,
And Eric doesn't have the answer for this guy in his hand.
No, but does he have a Wasteland on top? Because if he has a Wasteland, he could Wasteland the Ancient Tomb to slow his mana down a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the last card is. We won't know, because it's a mystery card because of the Ponder. We don't know. So we'll find out. He's going to float a mana. He has Chandra Pyromancer in hand. That's a fun card.
And he bolts the Delver.
Yep, I like this play. I like tapping the H2 in order to do that because the bolts are pretty much have Delver's name written on it.
Now I wonder what color did he name? Because if he named blue, which is what you would normally name, if he named blue, then he's opening himself up to getting red blasted.
Right. Alright, so he's taps 1 and he has the Dismember. Oh, wow. Man.
That extra time. Now, that said, Reuben's going to drop Chandra Pyromaster next turn and just start going to work.
Chandra,
Boom.
The Master of Pyro.
Oh, hello, I'm sorry. Chandra Pyromaster, dominating legacy.
Dominating, that's a interesting...
This is the finals of the championship for this weekend, and Chandra Pyromaster looks like she's actually in the driver's seat.
Yeah, it looks like they're thrashing this Grixis deck. It must be pretty awful.
No, Chandra Pyromaster's just that good.
Alright, so we have Chandra here. Dinging Eric. Chandra definitely very good here. Much better than another Painter would be to just kill Eric, but not too bad here. Let's see what it does. So we're going to ponder. Thinking about what to put back here. Or should we shuffle? Decisions. Keeping it where it's at, drawing a card here. So it looks like we have a Dark Confidant plus a Delver plus another Dark Confidant.
Reuben doesn't really have the ability to use Chandra's ultimate at all, does he? Yeah, not really. Doesn't. I mean, I guess he could just unload a flurry of lightning bolts or pyroblasts under the right circumstance. But for the most part, he's
gonna zero it.
He's gonna Howling Mine and do some pinging.
Yep.
He can do a pretty mean control game here. I mean, he's got lightning bolt and red blast in his hand, Chandra in play, and Eric doesn't really have any answers to Chandra, right?
Yeah, one of the advantages of Chandra is the super high loyalty. If going to 5, it's out of lightning bolt range, obviously. So yeah, he would need Eric short of 2 lightning bolts. Really doesn't have really an answer.
I wonder if you like this Chandra just dominates the board so hard. Do you think there's any chance he just pings twice to get it up out of double lightning bolt range?
I wouldn't be against it. Eric's hand is full of creatures that have 1 toughness, so it's evident how good the Pyromancer is doing in this matchup here. So he plays Wasteland. I mean, you Wasteland him, I guess. Maybe not. Alright, so Dark Confidant. I guess you play these to force Reuben to stop drawing cards. And I would have done that probably the turn before. He's going to grind them. Ooh.
That's the problem with being young and out here getting it.
Yeah.
Is that,
grinding.
Yeah, the grind does not always go well.
And it's funny, I think he, it was after a ponder, so he got to nail a card that maybe Eric was wanting to keep.
So do you think he's going to bolt 1 creature and save the Red Blast?
Yes.
Like, I think the Red Blast is worth more to him than the bolt, right?
Yeah, the bolt's only use in this matchup is for these dudes here, so.
So he's actually letting the Delver live? That's interesting.
Maybe. It's still his turn, so he might decide here. Pretty sure you bolt here.
Yeah, I would bolt.
Yeah, he does. You know, it could actually a neat play would be if the Delver, you wait till his turn to reveal the top card. Maybe he flips Delver. If it's really good, he can grindstone him and then bolt the Delver. Kind of milling the top card.
It gets a top. I think I'd actually like to get the
next level play there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'd like to get the Chandra up 1 more loyalty just to make sure it's safe from.
At this point, yeah, you're already at 6, so you might as well.
And he, there's
ooh, the top is just awful.
Well, no, he's grindstone though. He's gonna mill himself.
Yeah, so that's another advantage of this card.
He's got to lose the
lands.
City
Yeah,
of
lose
Traders.
City of Traders here. City of Traders.
He is bidding it.
Okay. So you grindstone yourself here in a turn. Do you grindstone yourself during your upkeep as well to get the third land, or you just top? Actually, you just top here. There's no harm in topping. Alright, so Young Pyromancer not long for this world, but not before some tokens come into play. I guess this is where the bolt would be a little bit better, but I still like keeping the Pyroblast here. Do you Pyroblast this, or you just let him have? I think you just let him have it.
Hate to take this extra damage.
Yep, so he's gonna he should top in turn. I think he forgot to.
Well,
He's gonna draw a land now. See, this is why we top in a turn.
all right. So the Pyromaster is
Reuben
definitely going
needs
to Pyromaster the Pyromancer.
Yeah, Reuben needs to be careful because each card he draws is pretty crucial here. Because remember, he's only one card off from killing Eric, so he just needs to be digging here.
And Imperial Recruiter gets it too.
Yeah. And that is not it. That's a Jaya Ballard.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to be Infernoing anytime soon. He's using the 0 ability. He's going to let all his creatures live.
This is a little weird.
Taking more damage.
This is a lot of unnecessary. I mean, I kind of just want to ride this Chandra.
He's not really playing the control game right now. He's being very aggressive with his plays. I think we have just ping shot with Chandra.
And Red Blast the Delver.
Red Blast the Delver. He should have Red Blasted and turn top. And just, keep digging. So use the extra mana foot into top. Definitely blast here.
Definitely Blast. You gotta just slow these beats down.
Guess J-Bow does block the token on the ground.
Doesn't.
Alright, well, he can do the play I mentioned earlier. He can.
But if you wait till there's mana, yeah,
Right.
I mean, now you're opening yourself up to instant speed spell. I guess, I mean, at least the token is in a second.
You should have waited till the Delver look trigger finishes, I think.
Good tax improv.
Okay, so he did say, actually, I'm going to do that after the Delver trigger, but I guess Eric is a nice guy saying, yeah, I would have flipped it. Here you go.
I'll tell you though, that Chandra sure would have been nice to poke the young Pyromancer.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly the purpose of the card in the deck, to deal with these one toughest creatures. Drawing a card here and there is pretty good, but what's better than that is killing, legacy creatures, right?
Either way, Reuben has a lot of great options next turn.
Yeah, Reuben's still clearly ahead.
Chandra is definitely no one to be trifled with.
Yep. So Chandra.
Has anybody actually done a Chandra cosplay yet that involves setting like actually having flames? Not just like looking like flames, but actually like fire.
No, actual flames?
Yeah, you don't have to set your head on fire or anything. Like, I mean, you could use one of those like stuntman type things, but it just looks like there's actually flames coming off the top of your head, but you're like wearing a helmet or a wig or something.
I don't know. Ever since Wizards killed Gen Con for us, I'm not really.
They didn't kill it, man. Gen Con was sweet.
No, now. I mean, it's.
I'm saying even now.
Oh, this year wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't as much magic as always, but if you just like gaming. Either way, though, Reuben.
Magic.
Either way, Reuben is looking at a growing army of tokens. He needs to get this thing under control pretty quickly, and he's taken a bunch of extra Ancient Tomb damage. He's got to be careful. One thing he does have access to next turn, though, is the ability to Inferno, if he wants to. He can use Jaya's third ability.
I think that hits players too, right? I think Jaya's final one hits players. If we could pull Jaya up a little bit closer here.
Yeah, it was just like Inferno, it hits players.
Okay, so
The tough thing is it hits itself, which is not really where you want to be.
Right. All right, things have gotten a little out of hand with that young Pyromancer. I think Reuben's not gonna make the same mistake twice. I think he's gonna untap and kill it quickly. But has the damage been done? Are we gonna have to Inferno here?
Well, I certainly hope not, because he's going to have to tap 2 Ancient Tombs, doing 4 to himself, and 6 from the Inferno is 10. He will lose everything and be at 1 life.
Eric's at 7, though. Wait, he's dead to an Inferno.
Oh, yeah, because of the Chandra.
I didn't notice. The life total was just corrected. All right, so...
But Reuben still loses to... No, it's a draw with a bolt.
Yeah, Eric can still...
Oh, no.
Oh.
By Eric attacking, if Eric attacked Reuben's face, then he can't do the big play unless he draws a land. He does. He has to take it. Now he can't actually
Oh, and the Wasteland here, so.
Okay.
Okay, so that plan's out the window. Was a cool plan, fun plan. This just seems so avoidable.
All right, so now,
he knows his card that he's drawing.
so there's a Red Blast that doesn't do anything, but it is something he can pitch to Jaya or Coco or whatever her name is.
Coco's good. We'll call it Coco for the rest of the day here.
So he can block one token, shoot another token, and only take 2. He's still in pretty good shape.
What's the advantage of holding the Ancient Tomb? I guess discarding the
discard
Jaya.
it.
Yeah, because the blast he wants to hold on to. I'm just thinking about.
I like holding it.
Eric's at 6 though. It's dead to Inferno, right? Is that dead?
Yeah.
Couldn't he just play the land and kill them?
Maybe.
Okay.
It costs 7 to Inferno.
Oh, I thought it was 6. Okay.
No, it costs 7. But yeah,
So
you might
kill
still
next
want
turn.
to just. Actually, you do want to play the Ancient Tomb in case you draw any land, though.
Yeah, because you have top and just Chandra, and you can get there too. So.
All right, 2 tokens coming in, which means he should probably block one and shoot the other.
I agree. I like this.
Now the alternative is, of course, he could just block one and actually just shoot Eric's face.
He can go to 3. Yeah.
Which then, when he
he
untapps,
actually
wins.
He attacked Chandra. Actually, Chandra's ultimate probably would have killed Eric. All he has to do is flip a bolt in the top card. He gets bolted out.
Why
of
is
his
he
world.
shooting a token if he just kills Eric's face? Like, he can do 3 to the face.
Yeah. Oh man, I think he missed that.
Yeah. Eric's at 6 life. He's.
Jai Ballard does to his players too, right?
Yeah. She incinerates.
Okay. All right. Hopefully Reuben can get back on the train here.
Shoots that. Puts Eric down to 5.
He's such in good shape, even with these like minor missteps here. I think he's still fine.
I mean, all he has to do is shoot Eric 1 time with Jaya.
I think once he shoots Eric, he'll say, "Oh yeah, you were very dead a long time ago."
And Eric packs his cards in.
Okay.
All right, they're gonna go to game 3. Chandra Pyromaster. The master herself. Wow.
So
That was pretty sick. And the Chandra looked pretty darn good.
yeah, she was a master in that match, definitely. I mean, there's a reason why Reuben's here in the finals. Card selection again, a big part about Legacy, right? Because some of these games are uninteractive, and you have to put the action in your own deck, right? So he's putting cards in here like Chandra Pyromaster, who at first glance is making a little dinky 1 damage here and there, but half these creatures in Legacy all have 1 power, so it's pretty effective. All right, so sideboarding, it looks like they're already done.
Yeah, no, it looks like both players. I mean, this is their 6th game.
Yeah.
They've had plenty of time to perfect their sideboarding strategies. They're both happy with the way they got it set up. The only question is there any kind of a difference? Like, do you want to sideboard differently on the draw versus on the play?
Yeah, and Reuben again had a real good hand that time, and he can attack from so many angles. He has the Magus of the Moon, that was promptly dealt with. He had Painter's Servant to try to kill him right there, and then the
Eric buys
Planeswalker.
himself an extra turn, which is just enough to stunt Reuben enough so that the Dismembered solves the combo, buys him 12 extra turns. He mounts a pretty impressive comeback with the young Pyromancer, but in the end succumbs to the might of Chandra Pyromaster.
Yeah. All right, so let's see how this next game goes. The epic conclusion of the finals here at Star City Games, Ohio, Cincinnati. All right, so just reading a couple Twitter comments. Eric saw it too. Jai to the face, 2-turn death. Battle of the Beards. They thank us for mentioning that. Got a couple people tagging Flores over and over, thanks to you, talking about with the trivia answer. So a lot of people getting on the Flores train. I'm sure he'll be sending you a nice little private message there.
No,
Thank
yeah,
you.
Flores is a real good sport, and what's interesting is that Flores tried telling the world about Quicken before it top 8'd the last Grand Prix in Japan.
Flores always is telling the world. He tells the world a lot of things.
He told the world about Quicken, and he's like, you don't even need to play sorceries. People are like, dude, why are you playing Quicken in a deck with just two Supreme Verdicts? And sure enough, the deck in the top 8 of the Grand Prix, 2 Supreme Verdicts out of the sideboard. The only sorceries. Sick.
Maybe when you quicken during someone's combat step, it's pretty scary, pretty combat.
Yeah, I don't know. I know
Get a
Flores
little-
is a
get a
man
little
without fear.
Another man has been playing this game since the dawn of time. good friend of mine.
I still remember the first Flores article from back in the day. It was
Swimming with sharks.
No. Long before that. This one was before there was a Pro Tour.
Okay.
Flores was writing on Usenet, and he wrote an article about Circle of Protection White and Acacian Money Changer. Because if you put Acacian Money Changer into play, you can use Circle of Protection White to prevent the damage, and then you're just free rolling all the life you're going to gain. No, that's true. All the life you're going to gain. It still works. They haven't actually power level or added it.
All right, good. Because otherwise, I might, warp legacy.
But you can use Circle Protection White to protect yourself from the Acacian Money Changer, so that you're just coming out ahead. Okay. And Flores was actually, I think he was a big believer in the whole Baxter school of putting down Circle Protection Whites and Circle Protection Reds, and you have a bunch of red and white cards that damage yourself, so you can just get maximum value.
Yeah.
Like Orcish Artillery, if you have Circle Protection Red, boom, boom, boom.
That's quite the combo there.
I still remember the first time I played against Mike Donay in a PTQ. I was playing in, I think it was in Windsor. It might have been in Detroit, but I think it was either in Windsor or Detroit, but we're playing Standard, and I'm playing a mono-red Sly deck back before it was cool. And
so this is before Curse Scroll, before Jackal Pup?
Oh yeah, significantly.
Okay.
So I'm playing like Goblin Balloon Brigade and Goblins of the Flarg and all that.
Oh, those are real
winners back
there.
when you had to mean it. Meanwhile, Mike Donay is playing Control Magic in some kind of a big blue deck. Mike Donay, one of the premier deck builders of that era, and he Control Magic to my Orcish Artillery and had main deck Circle Protection Red.
Oh, what a jerk.
Yeah.
Did he get you?
That game, but I beat him with Black Vice the other two.
Okay.
So Reuben Bresler.
On a mulligan.
On the mull, but a pretty good hand.
Not bad, yeah.
Turn 1 top, turn 2 Blood Moon, but he also has Imperial Recruiter to try to, depending on what he draws and what he tops into, to go set some stuff up. He might go the Painter Servant route if he's going to try to combo, but he also might just go get the go the value route and put down like a Jaya Task Mage or a Magus of the Moon just to try to lock Eric out.
Okay, so yeah, we gotta be very careful because his hand has 2 Ancient Tombs. That's a lot of damage to yourself against a deck that's playing Delver of Secrets, Lightning Bolt, things that can dish out an absurd amount of damage in a short period of time.
He does have an Imperial Recruiter though, and in this matchup, a 1/1 body is pretty close to the Abyss.
It definitely trades with all the ground guys.
Yeah, I guess a 1/1 is more like Vindicate, and a 2/2 is the Abyss.
Yeah, 2/2 is the Abyss.
Or 1/3. Oh my god.
A 2/3. Oh man, that's just the best card ever.
Well, you don't even need the second point of power. There's nothing that has a toughness more than 1.
All right, so
1/3. Painter Servant is literally the Abyss. It is the Abyss.
All right,
so Eric pondering, which is exactly what Reuben wanted, which was anything except a Delver.
Right. Yeah.
Not because he's actually particularly afraid of the Delver. He just wants Eric to have a little bit of a slow draw. He doesn't want to have
look at all those wastelands.
That's going to be pretty good against the Ancient Tomb draw.
Yeah, this is real bad.
But not
for
without
Reuben.
a clock. Nah, I don't know. Without a clock, it's not that bad.
Let's see. What was the card he drew? If that is a...
Remember, those wastelands don't do anything. Reuben's going to drop a Blood Moon next turn. If Eric doesn't actually have an answer to Blood Moon...
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
If Eric doesn't have an answer to a Blood Moon, then Reuben's going to be like Humpty Hump.
Well, he didn't shuffle, so let's see what... He has to have an answer, right?
He has days.
Yeah.
He does have days.
So we're a spirit guide away from happiness? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, no. I mean, I'm pretty happy already. Both of these gentlemen are. They're in the finals of this tournament, and they're,
playing
just running pretty well in life in general.
Wild decks, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Grixis, always a good choice in the game of life.
And then Mono Red, probably one of my favorites there. It's pretty good. I prefer, more...
When was the last time you played Mono Red in a constructed tournament of any sort?
I played Big Red in a Time Spiral block PTQ with Gauntlet of Might.
Nice. Gauntlet of Power.
Or Power, that's it.
Gauntlet of Might's the old school.
Yeah,
and Gauntlet of Might
Power
was the original power card in Magic. That was the original card that was worth the most. It
that
was
was
worth more than Black Lotus for a while.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, back in the day. It was like $20 back when Black Lotus was a lot less.
Greater Gargadon, Riddle the Lightning. These are real nice ones in that deck.
Yeah, I always liked Firecap Blitz with Gauntlet of Power. Then it wasn't in block, but in, there was an extended period where you could do that.
Yeah.
So we have a Imperial Recruiter. He decides to not do the Blood Moon yet. What do you think about this?
I like it. It's because it trades with Dark Confidant. You can slow down the damage. A and B, if he has a daze, I kind of want him to daze this instead.
Yeah, but he is going to daze this, right?
Yeah, definitely. Eric knows he has Blood Moon, and he could think that maybe I'll Wasteland him and then daze him the next turn. No, but he daze here. Because, like you said, a 1/1, they ain't no joke against this deck.
No, a 1/1 is a hard body.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, Dark Confidant reveals daze,
which
is good intel to have.
Yeah, not a sneaky card.
Particularly since Eric is about to Wasteland Reuben's Ancient Tomb.
Yep.
Ooh, does he have 2 dazes?
He does
2
have
more dazes?
2 dazes, you're right. Right in the middle of the hand.
Yeah. Dark Confidant getting in there for 2. We're in a race against time.
He knows he has a daze here.
Reuben's trying to kill himself with Ancient Tomb faster than Eric kills himself with Dark Confidant. We have another. That's interesting. He's playing the Imperial Recruiter into the daze.
I wonder what the line is for this.
Well, Eric's land continued to bounce back to Eric's hand. It's kind of like a sinkhole because now he knows that if he gets wastelanded again, now Eric has no land in play, which makes it clear, smooth sailing for the Blood Moon. Now Reuben still needs eventually to find some card that could actually, contain a 1 toughness creature.
Right, yeah.
But there are 34 cards in Reuben's deck that don't do that.
Yeah. So we'll see what he gets here. All right, so we're definitely gonna daze this too, right?
Sure, why not? Like, he's got days for days.
He does have days for days.
And
Days for days?
Yeah, and he doesn't want to waste
Days
his
for
waste
days.
last turn. He did this to constrict Reuben on mana.
Yeah, I'm down with this. I get down with this plan. Eric, I got your back here. Can't actually root against my brethren here, but Reuben definitely is going to need a little help. What he has in his hand currently is not going to be enough here, I don't think.
I'm telling you, I think it's possible that Reuben draws like something sick, like a Squire, or even like a 1/3 for 2. Like
Yeah.
a 1/3 for 2 would just shut this board
What is the
down.
one from Maritime Guard? Oh, man.
Did you see that?
Maritime
Eric
Guard.
actually has 2 lightning bolts in his hand at this point,
Yeah,
which is interesting because Reuben's life total is at 12,
yeah.
and the Dark Confidant means that Reuben's secretly on a 3-turn clock.
And that blast is not going to help right now. Would you have topped during the upkeep is the thing. Ooh, that's...
The problem here is that if he goes Blood Moon, those bolts are still alive.
Right. Oh, that's a nice one. He has Painter Servant coming up, though. So next turn he can draw the Painter Servant, draw the city off the top.
The Painter Servant's a little more than a healing salve in this position, right? What he
Yeah.
really needs is the Pyromaster, if he has the mana to cast it, which he doesn't have yet. So really, God, you know what? He could go for a Lightning Bolt. That's
Right.
what he needs.
So let's see.
Good old-fashioned Lizzie busy. Lightning Bolt to the Bob. So Bob Maher, the junior, the 3rd, gets in there.
And Grim Lavamancer. That's a card right now. So even this Painter Servant is not going to help too much. He's going to be able to turn the blast on as a removal spell. So he's going to be able to kill Grim Lavamancer here. Problem is that Dark Confidant has drawn him a lot of cards, and we know for a fact he has double bolt in his hand. So Reuben Bresler is backtracking.
I think we're pretty close to being all having everything be all over except the Crying.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of Legacy.
The Crying?
So
Well,
he does
over.
have. So what he can do is he can Painter Servant, Lightning Bolt. I mean, he can Painter Servant blue so that his Red Elemental Blast actually
Right.
does something.
Yeah, so it turns into Vindicate, yeah.
Now does he just does he Red Blast the Grim Lavamancer? Or
Yeah, I think he had the Lavamancer. I mean,
The
the
problem
Dark...
is you're going to get bolted, but maybe there's nothing you can do.
There's really a no-win situation for this point for Reuben. I think if Eric... He even has a force here, so yeah, even with the force here, he gets to save the bolts,
You
send
still
to the
have
face.
to. You still have to Red Blast the Force of Will.
Yeah, he's gonna blast it here.
Yeah.
Because
Eric Rill getting blasted.
Yeah, even though the Maritime Guard here is going to be much more important in play as a creature to block, the other implications are side effects at this point. But we know Eric's going to untap, Lightning Bolt the creature, attack him with the Dark Confidant.
Is there time for Eric to draw 2 Force of Wills off of his Dark Confidant? I guess that's only 10. Oh, he's got a fetch land.
11.
So,
I don't think he's going to survive that long, because Reuben's going to go to 8 here, then 6 on the turn. He will have 1 draw step before he's dead here.
Reuben needs to find some serious business in a hurry.
Yeah. We know that he has a top on top.
You know what would be good? An ensnaring bridge. Yeah.
Yeah, he would just, the Lavamancer would be the only problem there.
No, it wouldn't be that good, you're right.
Just burn him. Just rough. Well, you know what Reuben needs really? A Pyroclasm.
He doesn't play that, but he does have Phyrexian Revoker.
He does.
He could go Phyrexian Revoker, name Grim Lavamancer, Not super effective against this lightning bolt, though. I think it's just too late.
Yeah, I think there's not much you can draw here.
So what if he plays... See, he's got just barely enough mana. If he draws Chandra this turn... Oh, what a curse. Now he draws Blood Moon. So he does have Recruiter. He could recruit up the Welder? He could recruit up the Welder.
Yeah. The Welders, the problem is...
Drops Blood Moon.
Now, he's dead.
Wait, so why did he play the...
Oh, no, not dead.
Wait,
not
shouldn't
dead.
he have not... Like, he had a mana floating?
Yeah.
Didn't he? No, he didn't. He played the top and used it. Okay.
So he's going to be down to 4 here. Effectively 1 with the lightning bolt.
He doesn't have any time.
Yeah, he actually has no outs to handle. He has to handle both creatures with his next draw step.
Which is top.
Yeah.
Does Eric have anything that costs 7? No. He does have the bolt. Alright. So, Eric Rill is your SCG Cincinnati champion with Grixis Delver.
Defeating our very own Reuben Bresler.
Reuben
Good
Bresler
run.
Reuben
Second place
Bresler
ain't bad.
playing Mono Red Imperial Painter, Blood Moon, Yaya Ballard, Taskmaze, Chandra, Pyromaster. Try to initialize that deck.
I guess it was just
it was a
not
good
meant
run.
to be for 2
No.
weeks in a row the same deck, maybe.
Good, a hell of a run by both players. Eric Rill playing some pretty tight Magic, winning, defending the honor of Grixis players everywhere.